Hey guys, welcome back. We are planning our trip for spring break. It's just me and Brandon, but it does take a lot of planning and prepping to get the camper ready for us to go on a trip, especially after it's been winterized. So, the camper has been sitting, it's been plugged up, it's been winterized. This is our third day off work, so we have 4 days off in a row. Um, and so we are preparing everything to go on our trip. So today is Thursday. Tomorrow we are off also, so that's going to be the final packing of everything. And then we work Saturday and Sunday. So we're taking the camper with us to work so we can just leave from work. Because if we didn't, that would take like probably close to 2 hours out of our day to leave work, come home, shower, hook the camper up, and then go back past work to get to Pigeon Forge. So before we go to work, we have to have everything ready. So when we get off work that morning, we can just shower at work and head on down the road. So Brandon has already de-winterized. And by that, he has flushed all the water out. Everything's been plugged in. We keep it plugged in year round when it's at the house, just so we can kind of avoid stuff freezing. We do have a heater. I have the heater going right now because it's been pretty chilly today. So I have a lot of stuff out here. I'm going to try to show y'all just a little bit about, things that we do to prepare. So it's been de-winterized. All the water's been drained. Water heater's been taken care of. We have got everything ready to go, ready to pack for the trip. So I have a little list. It's 2 pages. So there's a little checklist for things that we need to do before we go, and on the back I have our packing list. Again, it's just us two, but essentially we're going to be gone for 6 days because we have to go to work for 2 days before we go on our 4-day trip. And it's nice because we have 4 days off work, and it's actually spring break for the college, and we are currently still in our EMT class that we're teaching. So we will be off from school for spring break. Sadly, I did not check the schedule. So if you are traveling to Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg and you've never been there or it's been a while, I highly suggest that you do some research and make sure that there are no car shows or meetups, things like that, that's going on at the time. A couple of years ago, we went during spring break, and it was Ponies in the Smokies. And if y'all don't know what that is a huge meetup of Mustang drivers. And they're very loud. They block the streets. They park in all the parking spots. And I understand it's a tourist town, but they're really disrespectful for the most part, or in our experience, to the rest of the people that are there. They're not the only people there. It is, you have Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, and then Gatlinburg. It's all right there together. And people go there. It's their vacation, So everybody kind of just needs to be respectful of everybody else. But for some reason, I don't know what it is, but the experience that we had last time, they were very loud. They were driving pretty carelessly, blocking all the parking lots. So unfortunately, next week is Ponies in the Smokies. However, it won't be so bad on us this time because we are going in the camper. The last time we went, it was we were staying in a hotel. Hold on just a second. Okay, so I'm back. Brandon was bringing me something that I had left in the house. that I'm going to show you in the video. But it's not going to be so bad on us this year because we're not staying in a hotel. One of the great things about, taking a camper is you get to decide where you want to be. And you can, for the most part, pick your RV spots where where you want to camp at, if you want to be a little bit further away from people. But the campsite that we're staying at is called Sun Outdoors, and it's a really nice RV resort. And it's kind of like down in a little gully. It's by the river, and it's quieter down there. It's set off of the street, and it's just a bunch of campers. There are some kids running around. They have a pool and like a little lazy river. They have an arcade, and some outside stuff. So it's really family friendly, but it's enjoyable for, all ages. So right back to that. If you are traveling to Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg, or any tourist town for that matter, just do a little research, check Facebook, just Google the Chamber of Commerce for whatever city you're going to, and it will tell you pretty quickly if there are events in town when you're planning to travel. So just be careful of that, and if that's your vibe, then go for it. For us, it's not really enjoyable to hear, people, and it was worse before, like I said, because we were in a hotel room and we were right on the strip. And they were very loud, and it was till 2 o'clock in the morning. So for us, it just wasn't cool. So we'll be in the camper this time. It won't be so bad. Okay, so I showed you the list. We'll go back over a few things. I'm going to show you what is on the bed. And for us, and I think for a lot of people in general, the bed is kind of like the landing zone for all your supplies. So I just bring stuff in here, and I just toss it on the bed, and then I'll start going through things and putting it away. So generally, throughout the year, whenever we're traveling, I just keep a big bag in the house, and stuff that I've washed, like if I bring home, dirty laundry or whatever, I'll wash it, and whatever towels or linens or whatever needs to come back to the camper, I just throw it all in this bag. So I have a bag of that stuff, and I have a few more things that we bought to kind of restock and get ready for the trip. So let's take a look at the things that I have on the bed so we can kind of go through what they are and what's their purpose. Okay, so here is the bed, and we've got a little pile of stuff over here that I still have to put away. That's the old TV. I have to find a place for that in the house. And this is said bag of random things from the house. This bag itself right here is my purse. I'm gonna change that out for the trip. And then this is our camera, hats of course, because you have to be prepared for the weather. And then this is the GoPro bag and all that. So when we get there, I'm going to find a bag to put the camera, the GoPro, and all the supplies in. I'm going to go to Vera Bradley, which I very much enjoy, and find a bag that'll fit all this that's comfortable for me to carry around. For right now, it's all just kind of here, and it's in one place, and whenever I'm ready, I can take it apart and reassemble. So, we'll look over here now. This, we went to Harbor Freight and Napa. We went to a lot of places buying, restocking things. So, we got a new one of these. You can never have enough extension cords. So, I'll tell you what happened. And then we've got some scissors, and I'll tell you what happened with this too. So, the extension cord and the hose connector, and then this. So this came from Camping World, and Brandon has one of these on all of the wheels. So this nifty little tool here was $104. It comes with two, so it's not that bad. But Brandon took the wheel bearings out, and checked all those and packed them. And when he was putting one of the tires back on, that little sensor hit the carport, and it like busted it, so we had to get a replacement. And what these do is it connects by Bluetooth, and we have a little monitor that he just plugs in at the front of the truck. You can also do it on an app, but we have a little monitor screen, so we can monitor all the tire pressures as we're going down the road, because this is a dual axle. We got 4 tires, so we have that. And one of the things that kind of happens, and I'll show you whenever I go through this bag also, one of the things that happens when we're not in the camper a lot is I tend to borrow things from the camper when I need them in the house, if I know they're there. That way I don't have to go buy it, so I end up having to buy things to replace it later on. So the extension cord was actually pretty recently. We had borrowed one to hook up to give some extra length to some heat lamps for the dogs, because it was getting pretty cold. And we have a generator that we use for the dogs if the electricity goes out, so we can run their heat lamps. And we have a water tank heater, so it's just a stock tank heater. So it just goes, it's a little element that goes into their water to keep it from freezing when the temperatures are very low. So we borrowed an extension cord out of the camper, so I had to replace that. And I think this is actually just an extra one. So yeah. And going back in this bag, these we got because we're still not sure how we're going to secure these chairs for the trip. So we may use these. And then this was the container that Brandon was bringing me, and we'll see if it works actually. So he wanted me to get a container. This is more grease. Hopefully the lid will fit on that. If not, I'll just get a new one. And this is some more, I think these are the bearings. It says seals, but anyway, he has enough of these, so yep, bearings. So he wanted me to get a container to put all this stuff in, just in case we need it while we're out on the road. And that's one of the things we're pretty serious about, is safety and preparedness and maintenance. So anything that needs to be changed, cleaned out, re-greased, all that stuff, we make sure we do that on a regular basis. So we have this container, and let's see, it does fit. Dollar Tree find. So that is going to go in the outside compartment, and like I said, it's close to 10 o'clock now, so we'll put all that stuff out tomorrow as we're packing everything up and get all that hooked up. Now let's look at the bag of stuff from the house. So, Dollywood popcorn bucket and dish sponges. Let's see, diamond pass holder cup, free refills, and then we've got, I'll show y'all that in just a second. Let's put those over there. And then other things in here, so you'll see I've got some seasonings to cook with and deodorant and shampoo. So additionally, things that I borrow out of the camper, when it's winterized, I don't like for our toiletries that we use on a daily basis to just be sitting out here, whether it's hot or cold, whatever. If we're not using the camper, our deodorant and shampoo and stuff, I take in the house, just because I don't like it sitting out here. I don't want to waste it. You know, you're gonna use shampoo and deodorant every day, so don't let it sit, you know, and dry out or whatever the case may be. You don't want it to ruin. So replacing some of that. So We got some shampoo. I got a new bottle for the house, and this one is like half full, so I brought this one out. And deodorant for both of us. I got some salt, seasoned salt, and some pink salt. I got a little sink drain protector, and then we just got a couple microwavable bowls there. So that was the first thing, you know, that we went through. And sponges. So I love these. Are my favorite sponges. They're from Dollar Tree. And if you're not shopping at Dollar Tree, I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I love Dollar Tree, and these are my favorite sponges. I'm not spending, you know, $3 to $4 on one single sponge at Walmart. That's just ridiculous. So I love these sponges. You can kind of see how they're shaped. But I had ran out in the house, and I was like, I know I have those in the camper. So I borrowed them, and I keep a running list on my phone of things that I use. That way I know that I need to restock them. I'm big on lists. So, at this list here, packing list. Let's go ahead and we can check this off because that's in here. We can check this off. This Ryobi batteries, that'll be tomorrow because we got to go through everything. Groceries, I don't have that stuff ready yet. Meds, I'll have these together because I'll be taking, you know, extra meds with us to work. And then hats, we can check that because I brought hats already. And let's see if there's anything I can check off here. So, no. None of this stuff can be checked off yet. But we're making progress. And since this is the first time we're taking the camper out after it's been winterized, we're going to have to go through everything before we go, once we get there, all that. So that's going to wrap up tonight's video. And we're going to take y'all along with us as we travel down the road. I'll probably show y'all a few things tomorrow as we're doing those check off things. Oh, I did want to show you this. So those of you that know me well know that tulips are my favorite flowers, and I hit the mother lode today. So these are some that I got at a local pharmacy, and these were like $2 a piece. And it's some of the same ones that are up here. The little pink and white ones, I got those at Walmart, but the yellow and red I got at the pharmacy. So I'm going to show you what I got today. We went to Searcy today, which is about an hour from us. We had to get a new window for the tiny house. So we went there, and on the way back, we stopped at antique store, flea market, whatever you want to call it. And like anywhere these days, some of the stuff was new, some of the stuff was old, but I hit the mother lode. I got all these tulips, and these are real feel tulips. I don't know if y'all care about fake plants, fake flowers. I love these to decorate with, so I'm gonna have to go through and just kind of see where I want them out here and in the house. But that is a huge bunch of tulips. Does anybody want to guess how much I paid for these tulips? And I also got purple, my favorite color. These are 25 cents a piece. Yeah, 25 cents a piece for the same tulips I've been paying over $2 for. So pretty excited about that. I'm going to be able to fill up several vases and put some more in the one that's here in the camper. So yeah, I got $7 worth of tulips today, which is very exciting since they were, you know, like I said, more than $2 a piece previously at the other places that I got them. So we got some new tulips. We're going to decorate. Tomorrow I'm going to have to pack up more stuff, and it'll be crunch time because we're going to have to get everything ready before we go to work. But I just wanted to give y'all a little update about what's going on. Again, we appreciate y'all following, supporting the channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and stick around because we're going to take you with us on the road. See y'all at Buc-ee's.